Well, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, I should say. It's 7 o'clock at night. So it is, my name's Patrick Cyber. I'm the lead auctioneer at G Events LLC, and so excited to be joining you tonight for the NAMI Clackamas Party with a Purpose auction kickoff. Gary, how are you?
Oh, I'm awesome. This is really exciting.
Yeah, this is really credible. Gary is, for those who don't know, Gary's the outreach and development head guy at NAMI Clackamas. And Gary, we've got an incredible program for everybody over the next, basically 9 days. And as people start to tune in, I want to let them know to, please say hello by entering your name in the comment box. We'll be able to see and say hello back. That's always great. Feel free to ask questions anytime. And whether they're on topic or not, we're happy to answer them, right, Gary? I mean, we've got all the answers, okay? And,
well, you might.
Yeah. And then lastly, I want to let people know tonight that we have a little drawing. And if they'll enter into their comment box, hashtag NAMI, N-A-M-I, they will be entered into a special drawing at the end of the show, Gary. Somebody's going to walk away with a $25 Amazon gift card just for tuning into the program live tonight. So, make sure as you tune in that you enter hashtag NAMI, and that'll get you into that drawing for tonight's show. So, hey, Gary,
I mean, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, have you already done it? I don't know if you're eligible, but feel free, right?
Well, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, you're eligible. It's a machine done drawing, so you might as well type in there a little hashtag NAMI, and it'll know you, and it will.
I'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, hey, Gary, I mean, this is a Party with a Purpose. We're finally coming back together. That was in the private chat. That's not going to do us any good. You got to do it in the comment box there.
Oh, well, fine. Do that way.
Yeah. And then everybody will be able to see it, and you'll be entered into the drawing. So, hey, Party with a Purpose is back in person this year, Gary, which is fantastic. We could not be more excited about that. We've missed being in person the last couple of years, and this has always been a really fun event going back to Greg Abel's estate, and that's all fantastic. Tell us what you got planned this year.
Well, we've got obviously the 10 days of online auction action. That's hard to say. But then
yes,
at Greg Abel's, well, of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the star of the show, which is the 2022 Tesla. But we're going to have a really great live auction, which is going to be done by this guy over here. And we're going to have a great silent auction. We've got 3 tables of items that are exclusively going to be available for those in attendance. So the silent auction items are up on the website, but you're not going to be able to bid on them unless you come to the auction. So it's the silent auction items and the live auction items that are going to require you to be at the event in order to bid on them and to win them, except for the Tesla. That's going to be online as well. So we've got the silent auction. We've got a dessert dash, which has been really popular. That's where each of the tables as a collective will bid on the dessert item that they really want. And the winner, the high bidders, get to pick their choice of among, there'll be one for every table. So there'll be at least 15 to 18 different delicious dessert items that are donated by a variety of different bakers and bakeries around Clackamas County. So that's the dessert dash, and we will have a wizard performing magic in the lobby. So when you show up, gates open at 5:30. When you show up, you'll be able to do the silent auction. You'll be able to see the wizard in action, and then we'll open the doors so you can go and sit and enjoy your wine at your table, and an awesome buffet that Greg Gables puts on. The one thing you should know about Greg Gables is all of their stuff, all of their food, including their salads, are made on site and locally sourced. So it's really good stuff. This year, we're going to have the stuffed pasta. We're going to have their short ribs, which are world famous, as far as I'm concerned. They're awesome. And we're going to have a roasted chicken. Now, it's not your usual rubber chicken that you get at a lot of these, how would I put it, other events, okay? But it's really good roasted chicken, and you can taste the roast. I can almost taste it right now. But it's so we've got all that going on at the event, and we're really excited about the fact that we're coming back in person.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. But you know, we're not leaving anybody out, Gary. I mean, you mentioned a couple of the auctions, but we really have 3 auctions going. We have our online auction also, which anybody can participate. You do not need to have a ticket to participate in our online auction. And that's, you know, so we have something for everybody, just kind of like NAMI Clackamas, you know, including everyone in the event, and making sure that everybody can participate and support the incredible work that you're doing there at NAMI Clackamas. Share with our audience, if you would, a little bit about what the dollars will be used that we raise from this next 9 days of fundraising.
Well, you know, like almost all other nonprofits, we suffered a little bit of constriction of funds during COVID. We also had to transition, or the overused word is pivot, from doing all of our events live, our classes, our support groups. You know, let me back up for a minute and let those who don't already know, who might be tuning in, that NAMI as an organization, NAMI Clackamas specifically, provides education, that's classes, support, that's support groups, and advocacy, that's individual advocacy for everyone impacted by mental health issues. They break down into 2 different audiences. One are peers. Those are the people that we refer to as peers, are people who identify as having mental health issues themselves. And then there are family members, which is really not limited to family, not limited to blood relations. Anybody that cares for or about someone with mental health issues or is impacted by it is included in the family. So we have classes for peers and family. We have support groups for peers and family. And then we have presentations that we do, most specifically the Ending the Silence program, which is an awesome mental health 101 primer for middle and high school students. You know, the number 2 cause of death among 10 to 24-year-olds is suicide. And we're finding suicidal ideation as early as 5 years old. So we really need to get the word out about mental health and about some of the tools, some of the signs, some of the signals, some ways to reach out and help your friends, your peers. So that's what Ending the Silence does. And that's a presentation that goes in usually through health classes in middle and high school classes. And so those, and then we have a peer resources coordinator who provides the individual advocacy. That is anyone who has any issues, whether it's a family member, a loved one, or an individual with mental health issues. If they have challenges with accessing resources, people who are new to the area, they're newly houseless or in danger of becoming houseless, whatever it is, raise their hand, give us a call. We will connect them with the resources that they need. They may not always pan out immediately because there's a long waiting list on some of them, but we'll not only help you find those resources, but we'll walk you through the process and navigate it with you. You know, the last thing that someone in crisis needs is to have to navigate through the bureaucracy, which is becoming more and more challenging as things stretch out even more. So those are the things that we do, and the dollars that are raised, we're going to have to pivot again, going from strictly online to in person. And that's going to require a great deal. It is requiring a great deal of time and effort to do outreach, to find and recruit the volunteers that we need to train to do these classes and support groups, to train them and then get them set up in a location to do those things. So that's a long range process. We're hoping to have it at least well underway by the first of the year, and maybe having classes in person by at least sometime in the first quarter of next year. But that's a huge lift for us because all of our programs are delivered by volunteers with lived experience, which means when you take a class or you go to a support group, whether it's a peer or a family, you're interacting with people who have been and probably still are exactly where you are. Okay. Peers, those are people who are experiencing mental health issues, and those teachers and facilitators are the same. Same thing with the family. So you really get an opportunity to not only interact in the class with other students, but also with the teachers and facilitators who have got that real lived experience. And again, volunteers with lived experience are sometimes challenging to come by and sometimes challenging to retain. So That requires a lot of investment of time, staff time, recruiting, making sure that we have these people available and trained, make sure that they've got the support that they need to travel somewhere to set up the class or the support group and to facilitate or teach and then wrap up. I mean, sometimes, you look at a 2-hour class, well, that's a 4-hour investment for a volunteer between travel time, setup time, breakdown, and going back home. So that requires somebody who's really committed, and that requires a lot of training, a lot of support, and that's something that we feel very strongly needs to happen with all of our volunteers. So we really try and take good care of our volunteers because they mean a lot to us. We can't deliver any programs without them. So that's really what the dollars are going to be used for, is to support our outreach and recruitment and our volunteers who teach these classes and facilitate these support groups and make the presentations.
Right. Because I think it's pretty safe to say, Gary, that even though I heard volunteer about 27 times in your last segment there, which I love because I think it's incredible that these folks give of their time to help, right? But at the end of the day, there's still expenses associated with it, right? The training and the facilities and the how to get them in the position and to manage the intake and the registrations and all the different things that happen. So even though you're using a lot of volunteers, there is quite a few expenses, and those are covered by events like we're about to do over the next 9 days. And I trust I already know the answer to this question, but I just want to reinforce it to our audience as we're coming through the last couple of years. A lot of folks have not been able to get the services that they need. A lot of folks have been put in a position or have found themselves in positions that they weren't familiar with, and maybe they didn't need assistance 2 years ago, but now they do. And so I trust that the demand for your services has grown dramatically in the last couple of years. Is that a fair statement?
Oh, that's a very fair statement. It has quite a bit. We're finding that our classes are full, and we've got a waiting list. Both our peer-to-peer and our family-to-family classes. Our support groups have grown, and this is all because of being online. Now, a lot of the time, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a certain number of the folks that are now in our support groups or attending our classes are not necessarily from Clackamas County because they can access it from wherever they are. But that to us is a real plus because while some of our funding does come through Clackamas County and is pretty much directed to Clackamas County residents, our mission is not limited to Clackamas County. Our mission is you raise your hand, you need help, we're there. And so if you want to attend a class online, if you want to attend a support group online, we don't care where you're from. It really doesn't matter to us, but it does require a lot of capacity, and volunteers are not free. Okay.
Right.
Volunteers require training. They require support. They require some management and guidance. If you've ever been a volunteer, you know the last thing in the world you want to do is to be left alone on your own to try and figure out what it is you're supposed to do. So we support our volunteers completely and fully. We train them completely and fully. We set them up when they first start with an experienced teacher and facilitator to make sure that they've got the support that they need as they get going. We coach them along the way. We make sure that we facilitate meetings between the experienced teachers and facilitators and the new volunteers. So there's a lot that goes into managing volunteers. And so if you've ever been a volunteer, just think back on how important it was for you to have the support of staff when it came to trying to do what it is that you're expected to do. And that's where the money comes in. And it's really challenging to find, county funds or grant money to pay for those kinds of things. They really just want to pay for projects that have specific outcomes and do specific things. Where that's why these, what we call unrestricted funds, these funds that come in from all of our friends and supporters and people who care passionately about mental health, those are the kinds of funds that we can use for these things. Okay, we can use them at our discretion to make sure that we have the support structure and the capacity that we need.
Yeah, no, it's incredible, and you alluded to it too. It's tough to find these because they are peer volunteers, folks that are experiencing mental illness challenges themselves, or they have family members who are in those environments. And so I hear it across the board in the nonprofit groups that I work. Volunteers are harder and harder to find, and you have to allocate resources to finding those volunteers, right? So, I think it's safe to say there's no question that the dollars raised over the next 9 days are going to get put to good use and are going to impact a lot of folks in Clackamas County and wherever they may be if they're able to attend virtually. We're making a difference in trying to take on some of these challenges that folks are suffering with mental illness. So, hey Gary, how about we share? We've driven home why the need is. Why don't we share with folks how they can get involved and participate in this event?
Well, as you mentioned, there's the online auction. Okay, that's open to everybody. We did that for the very first time last year, and we found that about 2/3 of the people that came to our auction online were really not engaged or involved with NAMI, or at least NAMI's auctions in the past. So it really
Right.
is an opportunity for us to reach out and engage a new audience. We got some really cool items online, lots of gift cards. And if you've ever thought about going somewhere for some reason, for something, for a celebration, whatever, I mean, there's a real opportunity to get a gift card. And you know what? Every dollar that you invest over the face value of that gift card or that gift certificate is tax deductible because it's
Well,
a donation to NAMI. So that
right.
really makes it a difference. Last year, virtually all of our gift cards went above face value because people recognized the need, and they said, hey, we don't mind paying a little bit more for a gift card that we're going to buy anyway, or money we're going to spend anyway, because we know that it's supporting a really good cause. So
Right.
we've really
Right.
got some great online items. We got some packages online with two of our local portrait studios are offering some really cool portraits. One that's particularly focused on newborns, another one that's more of a family portrait. So we've got those kinds of things in addition to the gift cards. Really good lineup of items online for people to bid on that is, again, going to be exclusively online. Then, if you
Right.
decide, because there are tickets still available, so if you decide to buy a ticket or even buy a table, a table for 10 comes at a slight discount. You can still do that. We've got a couple of those left, but we're pretty much filling up the room. So if you want to
Right.
buy a ticket and you want to buy a table, you can do that and attend the event. And if you do, you're going to get a few things. You're going to get a show. First of all, the wizard's going to be there in the lobby performing all kinds of magic. I doubt sincerely he'll make people disappear, but at the same time, he might facilitate somebody's bidding. Who knows? Perform some
Absolutely.
magic on your bid sheet. But you'll come in and see the wizard. You'll get a chance to see at least 3 tables chock full of silent auction items. Lots of art. We got some really, really cool art objects going in there, including metal art from our local artist, Patrick Bullard, who has supported us for years and has some really, really nice scenery, Mount Hood, and other things, all made out of metal. The man used to be a metal shop teacher, and then he became a metal artist. And boy, the work he does is just phenomenal, and it really looks awesome on the wall. And then we've got some needlepoint art from one of our board members who does some beautiful needlepoint. So we've got that, and one of our local folks, Sherry Joyner, who's also an author. She's got a couple of pieces that are in there as well that are really worth taking a look at and bidding on. And all of these items, pretty much, as I recall correctly, all of these items are framed and ready to hang. So you really don't have to do much except come pick them up. That's one thing that you'd have
Awesome.
to do. That's why we've got them on the silent auction. Take them away, and then our live
Yeah.
auction. Have we got some stuff? I mean, we've got
Hey, Gary, before we dive into that, how about you let me show folks how we're going to get them to participate,
oh,
and we'll
hey,
take a look
I'm
at some
sorry,
of
I'm
those
just
items.
overly excited here.
I
So
know you
go
are,
for it.
buddy. You are fired up, and I love it. It's awesome because it is a party with a purpose, and you are all about the purpose. Well, let me share with our attendees tonight and those who are watching the replay just exactly how to participate. And the first thing that they have to do, Gary, is they need to go to your website. And your auction website is charityauction.bid, and that's 2022 PWAP, Party with a Purpose, 2022 PWAP, and that will take you right to this website that I am on currently. And so you can also get there from the NAMI Clackamas website also, Gary, correct?
Yep, you can.
Absolutely. So once you're there, folks, you'll see this incredible website. And we're going to spend some time talking about this Tesla because this is the star of the show, as you referred to earlier. But I want to share with you, folks, I'm just going to run through the website and let you know how you can participate. And first of all, you'll notice right here is that you can register to bid. And that's the important element to do. So once you register to bid, you do not have to provide a credit card to register. What you do have to do is you do have to provide a credit card once you start bidding. But we like to have you register to bid so that we can keep you up to date with any new items that show up. And we can send you some information about NAMI Clackamas and the great work that they're doing in the community. So all you have to do is click on that register to bid. You fill out the simple form and away you go. Once you've done that, folks, you're going to get an email that confirms your registration. And I'm going to encourage you to follow the directions and download the Octria, that's Auctria, Octria app onto your mobile device, because from there, you will be able to bid, you will be able to follow all the action, and you'll get let known just as soon as you're outbid so that you can continue to participate right on your mobile device. And speaking of Octria, it looks like our good buddy Lori Snyder Hockman just tuned in from Boca Raton, Florida. She's staying up late tonight to watch you on the show tonight, Gary. But we can't thank our friends at Octria enough for their incredible software platform that allows us to do what we're about to do over the next 9 days. So thanks for tuning in,
I love
Lori.
the proxy bidding thing. I mean, I'm telling you, it
Absolutely.
really is great. Set your max, let it bid for you. You get to it tells you when you've reached your max, give you the chance to bump it up if
It's
you
the
want.
greatest.
I
I'm
love
going to
it.
run right through it. I'm going to show them an example, Gary. How about that?
Oh
So,
yeah.
once you've registered to bid, you've downloaded the app. You can come back. You can bid on your computer. You can bid on your phone. Whatever works best for you. One of the highlights, Gary has alluded to it already. The star of the show is that we are auctioning off a 2022 Tesla Model Y is open for bidding right now, and that is phenomenal. We had a very generous anonymous donor who ordered a vehicle, received the vehicle, and decided they wanted a different one. And so they have donated this one to NAMI Clackamas to sell. And so NAMI Clackamas will benefit from the proceeds above the reserve price, which I understand, Gary, right now people are trying to avoid. There's a several month wait to get a new Tesla, and folks are waiting several months to get them. And here's a chance for someone to win one here in the next 9 days, and they could literally bring their check, their cashier's check, or wire transfer over to NAMI Clackamas on I guess it would be the 26th, and they can pick up their car if they're the winning bidder. And so we're going to talk a lot about how you can bid. I do want to explain on the Tesla, it is a live auction package, but we are allowing online pre-bidding. And what that means, folks, is that you can bid online. And then when we come to the event on September 23rd, which is next Friday, a week from Friday, when we do the live event at Gray Gables Estate, we will actually have this item. I believe it's the last item of the night is in the live auction. We will start the bidding with our online bidder, and we will entertain bids both online and in the room with us at Gray Gables. Okay. And so we will be taking bids in both places. We'll have a single winner, and someone will win a 2022 Tesla Model Y in this beautiful cobalt blue. It's a brand new, spanking new vehicle. It even comes with a special cover and a $500 gift card coupon to All Set, which is Tesla backwards, in case you were wondering, which so that you can go to All Set Vehicles and accessorize your new Tesla. So this is a real exciting opportunity for one of our donors and one of our supporters to walk away basically with a brand new Tesla Model Y right here at the Party with a Purpose supporting NAMI Clackamas. It's going to be phenomenal, huh, Gary?
Oh, it is, and in fact, what's really cool about the car is that their reserve is based on the old MSRP. There was a brand new MSRP, and the self-driving feature has gone way up in price. So you're already going to be saving based on the reserve. You're already going to be saving. Actually, as I understand it, more than $15,000 over the current MSRP with the self-driving feature, just by matching the reserve. And then anything over and above the reserve is tax deductible. We know the Tesla owners, regardless of whether it's for charity or are not only willing to pay well above sticker price in order to be able to get a Tesla, but they're willing to pay well above sticker price to get one now. So here's an opportunity to turn that 8 to 10 months into a maximum with title transfer and all of 8 to 10 days. And suddenly you've got it in your driveway and you're just sitting there enjoying your brand new Tesla with all the bells and whistles, including that self-driving feature, the cover, and the $500. Allsec does a lot of work with Tesla owners. It's one of the go-to sites for Tesla. In fact, they're locally here in Portland. So it really would be an opportunity for somebody, even if they buy it from out of town, when they come to pick it up, take it over there, have them tweak it out, and then drive it home.
Yeah, phenomenal opportunity. Hopefully our anonymous donor is listening tonight and knows how much that we all appreciate their incredible generosity in supporting NAMI Clackamas. They're really given us an opportunity to make a phenomenal impact in the community. So, bid high and bid often when it comes to that Tesla. And like I said, Gary, all you got to do once you've registered is click right here, and you can see the reserve's not met yet. It just opened this morning, so get the word out. And the starting bid must be at $84,000, and somebody is going to drive away in a brand new Model Y. Cobalt blue. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. So that could not be more exciting. So here we go. Let's look here, Gary. We've talked about this a little bit. I want to talk some more about it and explain how folks can bid. We actually have 3 auctions going on, friends. We have an online auction, which is open to everyone. So anybody with an internet connection that wants to register to bid can bid in our online auction. They do not have to buy a ticket. We also have a couple of auctions that are reserved for our ticket holders that will be with us on September 23rd at Gray Gable Estate. And you can still be one of those folks. You heard Gary mention you can still get tickets. In fact, right above here, if you'd like to attend the event, all you have to do is get your admission tickets right now. They're available. Individual tickets are $100, or you can get a whole table reserved for a table of 8 at $800. So
table of 10 actually for $800.
Table of 10. I'm sorry. So that's a savings.
That's 2 more people.
Yeah, 2 more people. Gather your friends and come on up and bid high and bid often on that Tesla. But we have the 3 auctions, right? So I'm going to jump into, because the online auction is the one that is opened today. And nearly every package, Gary, started at $10, regardless of their value. Just about every single package started at $10. So let's talk a little bit about what we do here. Is we click on our online auction, and all of a sudden you'll see right at the top, in case you get confused, right? Because I know it's a little challenging. We've got 3 different auctions happening. So at the very top, the first paragraph explains the situation, right? So our online auction packages are open to bidding by anyone wishing to support NAMI Clackamas. Online bidding will begin to close at 9:30 on Saturday night. So the bidding opened today, and it will go until 9:30. So you mentioned some of this incredible metal art, okay? And so I'm gonna jump in. I like this squirrel, okay? And I wanna jump in there, and let me show folks how to actually place a bid, okay?
And so I can guarantee you that the squirrel, while it comes with its own wood base, will not be stealing any seeds or plants from your garden.
And won't be annoying your birds either. So the way this works is, and it's very self-explanatory, but I want to touch on it. The bidding ends in 9 days plus bid extension, Gary. And what that means is if a bid is placed within the 5 minutes of the closing time, which is 9:30 on September 23rd, so at 9:25 or beyond, every time a bid is put in the last 5 minutes, it will extend the closing time another 5 minutes. So that is really handy. It operates similar to a live auction. As an auctioneer, I don't say sold until people quit bidding. And so many times in our old environment, this isn't like eBay where somebody can write a script to bid at the last possible millisecond before the closing of the bidding. In this environment, the closing window will extend, and we will notify the person who just got outbid via email or text, whatever they chose in their registration process. They'll get a notice that they've been outbid and that they basically have a few minutes to place their next bid. So this package right now currently has no bid, which is great because that's what I'm going to start with. So how much do you want to bid? Okay. And I'm going to say that right now I want to bid. I think this is a cool squirrel. I would pay $50 for it. Okay, Gary, easily, right? And I think it's probably worth more. Well, the value is only 35, but I would tell you, I think it's worth at least 50. Okay, if I saw this in a shop around Clackamas County, it would definitely be in the $50 range, and I think that's a value. So what is it? It says, how much do you want to bid immediately? And what is the maximum amount you are willing to bid up to? And so I'm going to say I'm willing to bid up to $50 because I would love to get this for $10, Gary, right? Because everybody's into a bargain. If I can get it, I want it. But at the same time, I'm willing to spend up to $50. So what this says here is it says I'm going to bid $10 with a max bid of $50, okay? Now, for our people who participated a year ago, Octree has updated their system a little bit, and they've changed the way this works a little bit. It used to be called proxy bidding. It's now called max bid, okay? And so what happens here is I am placing a $10 bid with a max bid of 50. What that means, Gary, is that when somebody goes in and wants to bid $20, it won't take their $20 bid. It will tell them that they have to bid higher, and it will advance my bid to $20. Okay. So the computer will continue to bid for me every time somebody raises the bid up to my max bid of $50. Okay. So I will get this for the best price up to the $50. So that is really, really handy and very, very helpful. And you can see,
so what are Patrick, what are the increments that your bid goes up? If somebody bids, if you bid 10, somebody bids 20, what's your next bid automatically?
No, it tells you right here. It says the next bid must be at least $20. Okay. So on every item, it will tell you exactly what the next bid must be. Okay.
So if somebody comes in and bids $20 and you've bid 10, then you're automatically going to bid 30.
Yeah, no, I will automatically advance my bid to 20 because I have bid 20. Okay. I bid 20 before them. If that makes
okay. Gotcha.
You see, right? So when I bid 10 and somebody comes in and says they would bid 20, the reality is I bid 20 before them. So now my bid moves to $20. Okay. So I'm going to probably end up buying myself one of these coveted Patrick Bullard squirrels, but there it is. The other thing I want to draw attention to, Gary, because a lot of times when people are scrolling through on an auction catalog, they'll see something and maybe it's not for them, right? It may not be something that appeals to them, but it reminds them of a friend who they know collects squirrels or loves metal art or loves whatever the item is or the package is. They love that particular restaurant, whatever it is. Well, there's a really cool feature of Octria that allows you'll notice that when you register, it recognizes your email address and cross-references it with a couple of social media platforms, and it automatically puts the icons up here above. Now, this is sharing it to your personal Facebook feed. Okay. So, what you want to do is click on this. So, if I said, hey, this is really cool, it's not for me, but my buddy Gary would love it, then what I would do is I would click on this. And when I do, it starts a feed, a post for me on Facebook in my account. Okay. So I could do something like, hey, this is, this looks like something for your yard. And then I'm going to put, I don't know, Gary, if you and I are buddies or not. I'll tell you who I'm going to use is my former wife, Danielle. And I'm going to put her on there and it tags her, right? So then when I post this, it will put this on my Facebook page, okay? And she'll get notified. So this is a great way as people are looking through the catalog, okay, and they see things that maybe they're not really excited about for themselves personally, but they want to share with another person or just share with their feed. I would encourage all of our friends out there of NAMI Clackamas, you may not be in the market for a Tesla Model Y right now with all the features and the fully self-driving capacity. You may not be in that position, but maybe one of your friends are. And what a great way to support NAMI Clackamas by just going out and sharing on your social media feeds the opportunity for someone to bid on this incredible vehicle. Okay. So that's as simple as it is to bid. It's, I'm looking at the online catalog. You gave us a really good overview earlier, Gary, but we've got some different art pieces. We've got some phenomenal gift cards to some of the best restaurants in the Portland metro area: South Park, Huber's, Manzana down in Oswego, La Provence, and multiple places around town. Bugatti's is fantastic. You got to love Stanford's. Salty's right there on the Columbia. Had a wonderful meal there this summer, sat out on the patio and watched the ships go by and everybody enjoying the sunshine. Hefe, one of the best restaurants in the Lake Grove area down there. Fabulous kind of, they say it's a Mexican restaurant. I would call it, being from Texas, I would call it more of a Spanish restaurant, fancier than that, right? But here is a great way. You're going to go out on a date. You're going to go out with your spouse, your significant other. You're going to have that special evening out. Wouldn't it feel just that much better and taste that much better if you knew that when you put that gift card down at Salty's, that you were making a difference for the folks suffering mental illness in the Clackamas County or wherever they may be reaching out from, that you would be making a difference? I think it's an incredible opportunity, Gary. People are going to spend these dollars anyway. Spend a little more. Like Gary said earlier, anything you spend over the value could be considered a tax deduction. I want to always encourage you to consult your personal tax advisor. Tax laws are always changing, but highly likely that anything you spend over the value of that item in the auction is going to be tax deductible. So check it out.
We've already got a bit of a bidding war going on for the Portland Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a great opportunity, right? We're already bidding up to $30 there. But you've got all sorts of fun things here, Gary. I mean, you've got gift cards to Target. You've got the wonderful Ultimate River experience with the jet boats. You mentioned the Portland Spirit. This is a great package on the Spirit because this is a dinner cruise for 2 people, which is fabulous. And they're expensive, Gary. This is not inexpensive. This has a value of $192. And right now, Donna is in the lead with a high bid of $30. You must have bid at least 40. Well, you know what? I can't stand it. I'm going to bid 40. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to bid 100 because I'm not messing around, Gary. I am here to go on I've always wanted to be on the Portland Spirit, and I never have, but now I'm bidding on it. So this is great.
And what is Donna going to receive?
Well, Donna's going to get a notice that she's just been outbid is what she's going to receive. And she's not going to be happy about it, right? So her and Tabby and Rachel have been bidding away. Now, it appears that they probably were not bidding using the max bid feature, because you can see that my bid of $40 is in the lead, right? So that means that nobody had put a higher or a max bid in at this point, right? So when they go to bid 50, they're going to be disappointed because they're going to get outbid all the way up to $100, right? So that's okay, because we're here to raise money. As I always say, Gary, there are no friends at an auction. All righty. So here's how you're going to do all that. Just a great selection, Gary, of things. Everything from Willamette Valley pies, those are phenomenal, to Fun Pack over at Oaks Cinema, Oak Park Cinemas. You've got, I mean, this is you've done a great job here, Gary. There's a lot of really fun stuff here and great opportunities. You mentioned the two portrait sitting opportunities. Always
Well,
need
I'm
another
hungry.
family portrait, huh?
I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I'm looking at those. They're making me
Yeah,
hungry.
well, yeah, that pizzicato gets me every time. And this one's a fun one too. I mean, if you're a fan of Killer Burger, this is a great way. You get 6 free original burgers, and as you know, fries are always included at Killer Burger. And you get up to 6 of them. Looks like Dave's all over it right now. He's in at $25 for a value of $60, right? So don't next bid needs to be at 35. Don't hesitate. Start bidding, folks. It is time to raise some money for our friends at NAMI Clackamas. Okay. And then the other thing I want to share with people, Gary, is that they are welcome to go ahead and check out what's available in the silent auction and the live auction. And I'm going to touch on both really quickly because I don't want to wear out people tonight. But here's some of that wonderful art that you were talking about, the needlepoint, some of the framed pieces. The pillows are really, really cool things. You've got a package from our good friend Bob's Red Mill over here. Always a fun package. You've got wine tasting at Putting River Wine Cellars. You've got lots of different things in the silent auction. And, you know, this is kind of a little nostalgic for me in the auction industry, is we're going to actually have a silent auction, right? There at Gray Gables. So if you see some things that you want here, folks, that you want to participate in the bidding, get your ticket and join us next Friday, September 23rd at Gray Gables Estate. You will not be disappointed. The culinary team there is outstanding. It's an easy parking, phenomenal venue, very comfortable, very safe place to hang out. And I encourage you to be there to watch all the action. And
You know, we've been doing this auction. We've been doing this auction, Patrick, for 7 years, not counting the 2 years that we took off for COVID. And 2019, that was the last one we did live, was the first time we did it at Gray Gables. And I'm telling you, everybody who had been to all of those previous auctions said that was the best event they have been to ever. And that was all due to Gray Gables. So I can't say enough about the venue. They are just absolutely awesome. They are extremely service oriented and very quality conscious.
Yeah, no, they're rock stars. I get the honor of doing probably 4 or 5 events a year there, Gary, and as an auctioneer, and I can't speak highly enough. I'm always excited when I see a client has chosen Gray Gables, because it's a wonderful place. So let's look at your live auction, Gary, because I want to touch base on a couple of these packages, because there are some phenomenal opportunities here that I think people are going to really, really, really enjoy. First of all, you know, we've got the delectable designers desserts, which is always great, from the Judy and Judy's. 6 delicious desserts. We're going to get we call that a warm up for our live auction. We'll get them fired up. We've got a day with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, and you do not have to wear the special bracelets. You actually get to hang out. It includes a Marine ride along. It includes a patrol ride along. Get to enjoy the shooting simulator and a jail tour and a dinner. And you're always going to stay on the outside of the Crowbar Hotel. So what a great way to spend a day and understand, get a sense of what our first responders are going through on a daily basis, and be on the right side of the car, right? It's a fun time. And then we've got a cabin up in the woods. This is up on Mount Hood. This is phenomenal. I love that hot tub. What I really love about it is they put that umbrella over the top of it, Gary. So you can be out there in the snow while it's snowing up in Mount Hood and enjoying that incredible cabin.
Oh, and
That'll
it's
be a
a
lot of fun.
beautiful cabin, very well maintained. I mean, it's
Yeah,
awesome experience. We've sold it now 3 times. This is the 4th time in our
right.
auction, and everyone who's participated has been just absolutely impressed.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And then of course we've got a wonderful meal coming here, uh, and this is a cool deal. They will prepare a 3-course Italian dinner from anywhere from 4 to 6 guests. Your choice of having it as a demonstration or an actual hands-on instruction. And they, as I recall, Gary, they come to your home to do this. Is that correct?
Yes, they'll do it at your home or they'll do it at theirs.
Yeah, yeah. This is a really exciting deal. They had me at homemade limoncello cake. I don't know if you've been to Italy, Gary, but the limoncello is awesome. And to add that to a cake is like, hey, bid high and bid often because that's going to be a wonderful package.
They
And
had
then
me at
we
the
also,
martini.
yeah, exactly. We also have a stay over in Newport. Looky here, guys. This package. I don't know where this starting bid come from because I am never going to sell that for $10. This is a live auction package. We're going to definitely be selling it for more than that. But this is in the Ottercrest area, uh, and it's a beautiful place. You get a 2-night stay. Uh, if Friday or Saturday night are concluded 3-night midweek stay, right? So if you include a Friday or a Saturday, you can stay there 2 nights. If your schedule is flexible and you do not include a Friday or Saturday, this is for a 3-night stay. So this is another awesome package. And then we really get to some of the highlights here, right, Gary? We've got a 5-night stay in a Waikiki view room at the
I'm ready.
Outrigger.
I'm
Yeah,
ready. I'm
yeah,
dressed for
yeah.
it.
I see you got your Hawaii shirt on. You're ready to go. And we're gonna be selling this package at auction.
I'm
This
ready.
is a phenomenal package valued at almost $4,000. And this is what's cool about this, Gary. 24 months to travel, so you have 24 months to use this package, and you have there are no blackout dates, right? So if you want to go whenever you want to go, holidays, whatever, if there's a room available, you are in. Okay. So as long as there's a room available, there are no blackout dates. And then the next package on here, I'm really excited about. This is another 5-night stay, but this is in Cabo San Lucas. And the neat thing about this package is the meal and beverage option is inclusive on this one, right? So all you've got to do is get to that resort. It does not include airfare, folks. But once you're at that resort, eat and drink to your heart's content and have a great time for 5 nights at this gorgeous resort. Look at there on the cliffs, Gary. I think that would work for you and I. I may not choose to take you with me, but I suspect you wouldn't choose to take me. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And then our next package, the 6-day Shutterbug Safari. This is a photo safari, folks. This is total valued at over $6,000. This is an incredible opportunity to have that bucket list trip to South Africa and be on a photo safari where you get to take some up close and personal pictures. And then the highlight of the night, the highlight of the whole week, Gary, really is the brand new 2022 Cobalt Blue Tesla Model Y, right? So, and you'll notice that this is the only one, right, with this green bar right now, Gary. This is the only one that people can bid on in advance of the live auction. And then we will close it and we'll take bids both in-house and online that night on September 23rd, Friday, September 23rd at Great Gable Estates. You know, Gary, events like this would not happen if it wasn't for our sponsors. And so I always encourage our visitors who come to the website and folks who know and believe in what NAMI Clackamas is doing, pay attention to the fact that these companies do also, right? Whether it's the Clackamas County Sheriff's, Clackamas County Behavioral Health, Care Oregon, Columbia Bank, Heritage Bank, our friends at Edward Jones, and I think this is Home Street Realtors. Am I right
Home
on that?
Smart.
I'm sorry.
Home Smart.
Yeah, Home Smart are they have stepped up to the plate, Gary, to support the fine work that you and the team at NAMI Clackamas and all your volunteers are doing to make this community a better place to live and work. And I just can't thank you enough.
We
And I
love our
encourage
sponsors.
I encourage our friends to, whenever you have a chance and you run into someone who works at one of these companies, or you have an opportunity to spend some of your own money and support somebody, I hope you'll consider supporting one of these sponsors because they care about the important work of NAMI Clackamas. And then obviously, Gary, there's always folks who don't need to bid on an auction. They don't want anything in an auction, but they believe in your cause. And so we've given them an opportunity right here. They can make a cash donation and make a difference today. This window is open. They can make it at their convenience. They can use one of the preset amounts, or they are welcome to type in whatever amount is meaningful to them, knowing that it'll be meaningful to the fine work that you're doing at NAMI Clackamas.
And they don't have to worry about the market value of their donation. All of it would be tax deductible.
100% at that point. So we've got a wonderful week, Gary. We've got a wonderful opportunity for folks to support NAMI Clackamas, and you guys have been working hard on this. It's great to see it's finally open for bidding on our online auction, and people can still get tickets and be a part of the show next Friday, a week from Friday.
And I would encourage anyone that's listening and watching to check back on the webpage and in the catalog, because we still got a couple of items that are going to sneak into the catalog between now and the live event that you want to pay attention to. And they'll be both online and silent auction items. So pay attention. It ain't over.
Yeah, absolutely. Over. And the best way for people to learn about that, Gary, is for them to register, because when we do put new items up over the next several days, we will send a notification to all of our registered bidders to let them know that we have added special packages wherever we have added them. So this will be fantastic. Hey, Gary, I can't tell you how excited I am and honored I am to be your auctioneer next week. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. I don't see that anybody asked us any questions, but I want to encourage, if anybody has a question, feel free to ask it right now, and we would be happy to answer them. I do want to thank a couple of people for tuning in tonight. I want to thank Anissa down with the Oregon Assembly for Black Affairs, OABA, for tuning in tonight. She came in all the way from Salem, so thank you, Anissa, for being here, and we appreciate that. I also saw we had several likes. Danielle Nichols is in the house. Octria was in the house with us tonight. So thank you so very much for tuning in and being a part of the show. We appreciate it and encourage everyone to get online. And it couldn't be easier, folks. All you got to do is go to charityauction.bid 2022 PWAP. That's 2022 Party with a Purpose. Gary, anything else you'd like to add before we sign off and let these folks get to bidding?
First of all, register to bid high, bid often. And remember that what NAMI Clackamas is about is it's about people in need meeting people who have been there. And that's where the magic happens. And that's what NAMI Clackamas is all about. And much like registering to bid online, it's free. All of our programs are free, no insurance required, no diagnosis required, nothing. You raise your hand, say, I need help, we're there. So please, we really could use your support. We would love to have you on board as a donor, as a friend, as a volunteer, whatever it is you choose to do. We're there.
It takes a community, right, Gary? Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We're standing by and happy to help you in any way that we can. We encourage you to go to the website and start bidding now and get your tickets. We'll see you on Friday the 23rd at Gray Gables Estate. Gary, thanks for your time tonight, my friend. I'll look forward to seeing you.
Always a pleasure, Patrick.
All the best, pal.